Okay, let's proceed. Mr. Nohe?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is very awkward, frankly. I'm disappointed that I'm not quite sure. I didn't feel the need to leave the room, and I'm not quite sure why we cleared the room personally. But because I was looking for an opportunity to share some thoughts, and I suspected perhaps some other board members did have to share some thoughts. Because I wanted to say, and hopefully there's some folks out in the audience who are out in the atrium who can hear this at this point. I am very sympathetic to most of the concerns that were raised here by the folks in the audience this evening on this issue. I've spoken personally very vocally about some of these issues. It's been referenced. I've spoken very vocally and very publicly many times in the last few months about my opposition, for example, to the Confederate flag. Mr. Steinbeck referenced some comments I made on Facebook the night of the Charlottesville situation. The reason I think we're here tonight is to talk about how these complicated issues affect our community. In this country right now, it's a very complicated time to be living in the United States. And because we spend a lot of time in this country talking about what it means to be an American, what it means to be proud to be an American. And the question of renaming things and moving statues has become a very complex one for this country. And I know it's something that's going to affect this community. What I have struggled with personally is the fact that I don't like the format in which we're doing this. I've never been a fan of trying to make important decisions that affect the way in which we as a community look at ourselves and talk about our values in the context of board resolutions and people having 3 minutes at a time to stand at a podium. I'm a big believer in the concept of having conversations, of having dialogue, people talking to each other, people in the community sharing their values with each other. My intention tonight, and I suppose I'll still do it, I put together, and I'll honestly, I did this in the last couple of hours, a resolution that I think this board should consider that does talk about the condemnation of hate speech, racial supremacy, racial separation in this community.